That's what SSS WISP is offering out, the ability to be able to diversify what you have into assets that would give you a higher rate of return. I think this is something that will be beneficial for some people who are trying to play catch up also on the amount of pension or the amount of revenue income that they would want to get when they're at the latter portions of their lives or when they're generally older too. Hey guys, so in this video, I want to talk about the SSS Workers Investment and Savings Program, which the main goal and narrative of this entire program is to help SSS members actually diversify a portion of their contributions to other asset classes that would give them the ability to somehow earn more and help them fund their retirement that's maybe faster than inflation. Do remember this, that the main goal also of a lot of people who come in and invest or put in portions of their income in SSS is so that they could have a higher amount of money that they could actually get during retirement. And I guess that's what everyone wants also, that when they hit a certain age or when they're done with their working years, that they could get a specific amount of money, cash flow, that they could get repetitively over the long term that will allow them to live a very comfortable life. What makes the SSS WISP program interesting and somewhat better is that there's a higher rate of return as compared to the regular SSS program, which gives you a fixed rate on a regular basis. Every time you take on more risk, every time you put it in different asset classes that's not fixed, then it gives you a higher rate of return. That's what SSS WISP is offering out, the ability to be able to diversify what you have into assets that would give you a higher rate of return. I think this is something that will be beneficial for some people who are trying to play catch up also on the amount of pension or the amount of revenue income that they would want to get when they're at the latter portions of their lives or when they're generally older too. Number two is this, it gives members diversification, because when you're part of the program or you choose to put money in the WISP, it gives you the ability to diversify into mutual funds, which mutual funds already in general are diversified already, which you can have exposure in the stock market and the bond market. So I think this program is also catered for people who somewhat don't want to study on their own, to make it a bit passive, that they have exposure, they have an asset class, but they don't want to do the nitty-gritty of analyzing it themselves, and they don't want to think about how are they supposed to spread it out. But generally speaking, it's all about diversification. Number three is you have professional fund managers. When you have professional fund managers, they're the ones who are making the decision in terms of how they buy, in terms of how they sell, in terms of how they allocate, in terms of the timing element also of it. Oh, success? No success. Oh, guys, comment below if you think you should buy it. I don't know.
And then I thought another sandals mo is Padres that I like.
Oh,
And then a sneakers na parang Espadrilles but it's white.
oh,
And then I saw nice shoes for Rihanna.
oh.
But I don't know if it will fit her since you guys heard her.
So what's the hesitation?
I'd buy the sandals and
You can come back here later. Oh, so that's a tip, guys. If you're not sure, you can come back and then see later if you would want it still. So we're having a live case study in front of our very eyes, guys. So next is the access to opportunities. The SSS WISP will give SSS members opportunities to other investments that they may not know of. I think it's a good entry point also for a lot of people who are at least starting out. It will cost them to research more, and it will also get their feet wet as well. But generally speaking, I think it's a good way for people to have extra access to investments that they don't normally have access to. It has some sense of flexibility, which gives SSS members that choose to enter into this the ability to be able to tailor fit their investment to where their retirement goals are, to whatever they want to achieve. Our retirement goals are all different. The amount that we would actually need when we retire, regardless of who you are watching this, we all have different goals. And also our timeline. A person who has a shorter timeline in terms of them trying to hit their financial goals or their retirement goals will have a different strategy as compared to someone who has a longer time frame than him or her. By the way, I'm here just waiting for my wife. She's over there. She's trying to get some bifana. Bifana is a traditional type of food here that's basically bread with marinated pork, and it's really good, and a lot of people here eat that, especially if they're on the go. So interesting stuff. This is not a food vlog, but I'm adding it into the channel. Here's something that's interesting and I think places an edge also for SSS WISP. The earnings that you will get from this are all tax free. So as compared to directly say investing in the stock market, which when you sell your stock, there's sales tax that gets deducted from you, or if you earn via dividends, there's withholding taxes about 10%, or if you have bonds also, every time you receive interest from your bonds, you get deducted 20%. The advantage of this program is you don't have tax to pay, or you don't get deducted tax. And I think this is something that will be beneficial if you want to look at it from a very long term period. Another advantage of SSS WISP is that they have low fees. This is something that's beneficial and better compared to other investment products that have very, very high fees, especially for the long term, because people need to be sensitive about the fees that they're actually paying. So guys, we're just going to eat for a bit. We have our Bifana right here. We have our food vlogger expert right here.
Got it on Trevo.
Oh, Trevo. Oh, I did. So it's over there. Oh, it's Anthony Bourdain. So there, this is our food vlogger, Mama. Hot Mama. Yono Hot Mama. Okay, stay tuned for the next tips coming in a bit. Oh, it's Bifana with cheese. Before we go to the next tip, let's see how cute Mama Yvonne is going to take it. By the way, she is sleeping this entire time. Guys, so this is how it looks. Whoa. I'm gonna try it, guys. I think I like the first one better. How about you?
Maybe.
So there. Tips coming up. I'll just finish this and then I'll get back to you in a bit. This is a good snack. I love Bifanas. It's really good. But anyways, on to the last thing that makes SSS WISP a bit interesting is it has automatic contributions and it gets deducted to you on a regular basis, so that you don't see the money, you don't touch the money, you don't get emotional, there's no chance for you to actually spend it. What's nice about that is over the years, if it gets deducted from you over and over, you don't have to worry about it and you won't be tempted to spend money to buy other stuff that don't actually matter. So all in all, I think what's interesting about the SSS WISP program is its tax-free incentives, which I think is one of the best attributes of it, especially for long-term investors. Since SSS is deducted also on a monthly basis, you don't feel it, you don't touch it, and there's no chance for you to actually spend it. And the diversification aspect, the fund managers, and the access to different asset classes is very good, especially for investors who don't have the time to study or don't really want to get technical in the way they would invest, and also which I think will attribute in a way to them that, okay, I'm not studying it, I have fund managers. Analysis paralysis, the emotion part of it will somehow also be taken out of the equation, which, as what we always talk about in the world of investing, it's emotions that will get the better of you, and the more ways on how you can remove the emotion aspect of it, the better. And having it deducted on a regular basis, I think is something that would be very, very good for the normal investor over the long term. So, what do you guys like more? Do you like SSS WISP versus Pag Ibig MP2? What's the investment that you like the most? Or if you guys have any questions, put them down below and I'm gonna make new videos to answer them for all of you as well. So, that's it for now. Marvin Gerbo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon. God bless you all.